Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astrogate Mysore. Today I am discussing about Sun's position in the sign of Libra from the Ascendant sign of Aries. That is the seventh house from Aries. Here we should understand the nakshatra positions in the sign of Libra, which are actually very important for understanding what actually how it impacts on the planet Sun. I am not going into the stellar astrology part now, but still, on an overall, I'll just explain it, what the nakshatras are, what nakshatras are posited there, and what actually, they are friends or enemies, or how it actually feels when Sun is placed there, just in a very basic level. So, Chitta, third pada, fourth pada, that is third and fourth quarter. Then you have Swati 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you have Vishakha 1, 2, 3. So the 9 quarters, that is Chittar, the Tula, that is third and fourth. Swati 1, 2, 3, 4. Vishakha 1, 2, 3. So you can see that Chitta is owned by Mars, Swati is owned by Rahu, and then Vishakha is owned by Jupiter. So, other than Swati, the other two positions, that Chitta, third pada, fourth pada, Vishakha, 1, 2, 3, these are all good positions for Sun. The relative positions in the Dashamsha and the Navamsha, we will discuss it later, but I don't want to go into that detail that somebody will again call me and tell, sir, this particular degree in Tula Rashi is not good for Sun, as it goes into a different Amsha in the Amsha Kuntala divisional charts. I understand that, but I don't go into that now. Why am I telling it is good is because the dispositor, that is the Nakshatra Lord, in which Sun is posited, though it is getting debilitated in the sign of Libra, still holds strength and gives mutual strength to Sun when it is placed in Chitta Nakshatra, over Chitta Nakshatra and over Vishakha Nakshatra, except for Swati Nakshatra, which is owned by Rahu. Okay. Normally, Sun in the Ascendant is strong, Sun in the 10th house is strong, 9th house is strong, Sun in the 3rd, the 6th, the 10th and the 11th is strong, Upachaya Sthanas. The 7th house is said to give a very strong negative when Sun is placed in it, and particularly for Libra, for Aries Ascendant, placed in Libra, it actually debilitates and gives a lot of difficulty to the native. It is a bad position, because too much of, it is West actually. 7th house is an opposition to the Ascendant. A strong, bright, egoistic opposition in the Ascendant, to the Ascendant, will be difficult to anybody. See, if you want a partner, you would always want a partner who would listen to you. Why would you not want a partner who will always be stronger than you, will be brighter than you, will be intelligent than you, and would be supporting you always, guiding you? You would not want a partner who will guide you, so, you would want a partner who will support you. See, everybody wants a person who is, one notch less and always submissive. It doesn't happen. That is not how the world runs. Everyone in the world would always want a person who will listen to him or her. How can that happen? You will also have to listen. So this is the difficulty. When Sun is placed in the 7th house, it will actually take control. 7th house is nothing but your spouse, your relation with your spouse. So there will be an egoistic conflict. That is what Sun is telling when it is there in the 7th from Aries. And why this is an ego conflict? Why it is not that Sun or the Sun, when it is placed in the 7th house, will make it good, happy, very comfortable, that the spouse will understand what actually the native needs, and is more, like the Sun, Gambhira. Gambhira means modest, very reserved, kingly kind of a thing. That is what is sun. But this is not that sun. This sun is a debilitated sun. It is an uncomfortable sun when it is sitting in the Swati Nakshatra. So it gets perplexed, confused, always tries to protect itself, its surroundings. It will try to protect its ego. It will try to protect itself. So say social awareness will be too high. You can't tell something about me in front of others. You cannot do this in front of others. You should be like this. You should be like that. So a lot of conditions. So this can happen to a native who has a sun in the seventh house. So harmonious relationship will get shaken. There is a chance that not that everybody will go through a love failure when sun is in the seventh house. There is a chance that there might be a difficulty or some sort of a problem in the fruit. The love, when it happens, it has to become a fruit. That means the fruit is that you marry and then go through a beautiful, happy married life. So if that is possible, so that there will be some hurdle. So in normal life also, we see that people who go through arranged marriages, they would have gone through breakups, the marriage would have got fixed and engagement would have happened and then suddenly it would have got broken. In many cases I have seen that these things happen when sun is in the seventh house, and particularly for Aries, because it is if it is in the Swati Nakshatra, obviously this thing is a little difficult. So because sun is low, what will happen is that they always feel that distrust will be there with the place where they work and the place where they do business. They are very good in their job, no doubt. Aries natives with sun in the seventh house, they are very knowledgeable, extremely intelligent, but the confidence will be less when they are implementing that particular knowledge somewhere, let us say in the workplace or in the business. So thing is that they would want to do it, but they will face a lot of hiccups in between. So business is good for them if they are ready to listen to the advisors, but business will be bad for them if they go with overconfidence. Sun sometimes with debilitation also can give overconfidence. When it is malefically disposed along with a stronger planet, it will get deviated. But sun, when it is disposed alone in the seventh house and it is weak, usually people don't go for business. They go in for a government job. They go in for a supervisory kind of a role, and not into much of extroversion. So they become introverts mostly. Sorry, where my English went, man. So mostly they become introverts in nature. So too much of thinking, too much of planning, and too much of time consuming, and the execution will always have a delay. You have to do it in a week and you will take a month long to decide and then start doing, and when it will complete, God knows. So that is where it hits. People want you to work, they want you to finish it on time. So sometimes if this particular sun which is placed in the seventh house is placed along with a Jupiter, or it is placed along with a strong Mars, the Lagnadipati itself, and it is not combust. So fantastic, very strong Raja Yoga for business, because the ninth lord in the seventh house along with the fifth lord sun and in the seventh house giving rise to a very, very strong Raja Yoga. Two Trikona Adhipatis sitting in the Kendra, seeing the first house. Oh my God, this is a very strong Raja Yoga. I have seen many combinations with Jupiter and Sun do wonderful in their jobs as professors, as lecturers, teachers, lawyers. They do very good in their businesses, like big factory owners, very big, manufacturing businesses. So these people can do wonderful. So if it is negatively posited, if sun in the seventh is negatively posited, and if it is not having planets on either side, it doesn't happen because Mercury will be there, loitering very close to Sun always. It will be there only. But still, if Mercury is sitting along with Sun in the seventh house and it is combust, and we don't have any planets on the either side, then that is a very tough yoga. And then these people will not be able to show their emotions. They will get stuck with their, communication. So expressions, very less expressions. So people will think that these people are rude, cruel, and cold-hearted. They may not be, but thing is that they will not be able to show their expressions to others. So they will be like most of the times they will be very placid, not very expressive, very creative. And if it is afflicted, let's with say Venus very close and combust, seventh lord in the seventh house, along with the fifth lord, the lord of romance, that is Sun, in the seventh house, and if it is afflicted in Swati Nakshatra, let us say along with Rahu, then the character is questionable. There is a chance that the person can falter, go out of track. Okay, so see, for everything to happen, there will be some or the other situation which will have prompted this particular action from the native. But anyway, through in the moral rules of society, many things are said to be wrong. So they will sometimes falter, and most of the times they will have kept big secrets under the carpet, under their skin. They will not have revealed. So that character is given to a native, that particularly Aries, who actually is very open-hearted, an extrovert. Particularly Aries will become an introvert when Sun in the seventh is debilitated in Swati Nakshatra and hit because of big malefics sitting along with it, like Saturn, Rahu, combust Venus. So they become very submissive, they become jealous, they become greedy, they become jealous and greedy, very mean sometimes, very dangerous. These are all tough things to decide when you see a chart. Simply don't jump into conclusions that, sir, I have this combination. Do you mean to say I am very mean and jealous? I don't always do that, but if you are having a weak Lagnadipati, Mars thrown somewhere, then you will have a very tough time in your life. But anyway, people, see, this one point is very important. When people have a weak Sun in the seventh house and malefically disclosed, these people have huge aspirations. We keep telling, that people build castles in air. People build castles in air. So they keep building big things. I want to do this big, I want to do that big. If luckily, by chance, 1 among 100 might get a good Dasha period, will get a good, other planetary placements are good. But though Sun is afflicted in the seventh house, sometimes it supports his decision to do something big. But not always. 99 people out of 100 will fail. And this is a very, very tough thing to gauge, that people build castles in air, simply just like that. They keep telling that I want to do this, I want to do that, and all that. So this is how it, affects a person with the seventh house Sun, for particularly the Aries ascendant. Thank you very much for today's class.